Hola amigos, soy Hawani. Now today, I wanted to give you something really basic but really effective when it comes to adding it into your Spanish conversation. So what that is learning the present progressive tense. So what is that first? So think of it in English when you wanted to say, I am eating, or I am studying, or I am doing something, or I am shopping. Okay, so that's the present progressive tense. It's when you're speaking about something that's still actually happening in real time right now. So first of all, how would you break it down? How do you say I am in Spanish? Cool. So you could use either two verbs, the verb ser or the verb estar. So in the present progressive tense, which verb do you think you'd use? Cool. So you'd use the verb estar in this scenario because it is a temporary condition. Alright, so let's break it down. So let's use the verb trabajar, to work. So there is a way in Spanish to add on the ing onto the end of that word. The conjugation will be different depending on if you're using an AR verb or whether you're using an ER and an IR verb. So let's use AR verbs first, so the verb trabajar. Now to conjugate it, all you'd do is take the AR off there and you'd put ando. So the conjugation is ando. So if you wanted to say, I am working, how would you say that in Spanish? Nice and easy. So, estoy trabajando. So, estoy trabajando. Cool, so just conjugate estar in the yo form, and then essentially just adding the ing onto trabajar. So, estoy trabajando. Alright, let's try another one. If you wanted to say, my friend is working, how would you say that? Cool, so you'd say, mi amigo está trabajando. So, mi amigo está trabajando. What about if you want to say, we are working? Estamos trabajando. So, estamos trabajando. Cool, so nice and easy, right? Okay, now let's use an ER or an IR verb. Actually, let's use the verb comer. Okay, so a nice easy one, comer, to eat. Now in Spanish, if you want to say eating, the conjugation on the end of that, take the ER off and you'd put yendo, yendo. All right, so if you want to say I am eating, how would you say that? Cool, so you'd say estoy comiendo. So estoy comiendo. All right, if you wanted to ask someone a question, let's say you wanted to ask someone, what are you eating? So what are you eating? How would you translate that? Cool, so ¿qué estás comiendo? So ¿qué estás comiendo? What about if you wanted to ask, what are they eating? Nice, so you'd say this time, ¿qué están comiendo? So ¿qué están comiendo? Cool, so that should be starting to make sense. You can see how simple it is, but at the same time it is really effective and it's really common, so it's a really good one to add into your Spanish conversation. Let me give you a few more examples using different verbs just to test you to see if it is starting to sink in. Alright, translate this. I am learning Spanish. So I am learning Spanish. Alright, you would say estoy aprendiendo español. So estoy aprendiendo español. Alright, another one. I am speaking or talking in Spanish. Using the verb hablar. So estoy hablando en español. So estoy hablando en español. Alright. I am writing a story. So I am writing a story. Using the verb escribir, so estoy escribiendo una historia. So estoy escribiendo una historia. Alright guys, before we finish up, just bear in mind there are some verbs in Spanish, as always, that don't follow that simple pattern, so they are irregular. Por ejemplo, if you wanted to say I am reading a book, so using the verb leer, it would translate to estoy leyendo un libro. So estoy leyendo un libro. So just do your own research on those ones, just finding out which verbs are irregular in the present progressive tense. But apart from that guys, that's all from me. Hope you found that one useful. I'll see you in the next one. Nos vemos pronto.